Why do some women fall in love with men who slowly destroy them? Not in one moment, not in one fight, but little by little, until one day they don't recognize themselves anymore. And the scariest part is, most of the time, it didn't start with pain. It started with love, or at least something that felt like it. If you've ever asked yourself, why do I keep ending up in relationships that hurt me? Stay with me, because this conversation might change how you see your entire love story. First, let me say something important. You are not weak. You are not bad at choosing men. You are not broken, because this is not about logic. This is about patterns, emotional patterns. And the truth is, we don't fall in love with people. We fall in love with what feels familiar, even if that familiarity hurts us. Your brain doesn't choose what is healthy. It chooses what it recognizes. So if love in your past felt like confusion, distance, inconsistency, emotional highs and lows, then calm, stable love will feel strange to you, almost uncomfortable, and chaos will feel like chemistry. Let me give you a real-life example. Anna grew up in a home where her father was physically present, but emotionally distant. He didn't hug her. He didn't ask how she felt. He didn't make her feel important. As a child, she didn't understand this. She just felt, I need to be better to be loved. So she became very giving, very understanding, very patient. She learned, if I try harder, I will be loved. Now fast forward, she meets a man. At first, he's charming, attentive. He makes her feel seen, but slowly, he changes. He becomes cold. He disappears for days. He stops caring. And instead of leaving, she tries harder, because that's what she learned as a child. And without realizing it, she is repeating her past. This is where it becomes dangerous, because toxic relationships create something very strong: an emotional addiction. Let me explain. When a man gives you attention, then pulls away, then comes back again, your brain gets hooked. Because every time he returns, you feel relief, hope, excitement. It feels like, yes, this is it. Now it will be good. But it doesn't last, and the cycle repeats. And slowly, you stop chasing love and start chasing the feeling of being chosen again. I once knew a woman who was in a relationship like this for 3 years. He would disappear for weeks, then come back with, I miss you. I can't live without you. And every time, she believed him. Because those moments felt so real, so intense. But between those moments, she was crying, overthinking, waiting, losing herself. And still, she stayed, because she was addicted to the emotional high of his return. People often say, why doesn't she just leave? But they don't understand. She's not staying because she enjoys pain. She's staying because she remembers who he was in the beginning. She believes he will come back to that version. She feels emotionally attached. She is afraid to start over. But the biggest reason? She believes, if I love him enough, he will change. Let me tell you another story. Sophie was beautiful, smart, kind. But deep inside, she felt like she wasn't enough. So when a man came into her life who criticized her, compared her to others, made her feel small, she stayed. Because she thought, if I just become better, he will love me. She changed how she dressed, how she spoke, how she acted. She tried to become his perfect woman. But the truth is, you cannot earn love from someone who doesn't respect you. Abuse is not always obvious. It's not always shouting or violence. Sometimes it looks like silent treatment, emotional distance, manipulation, control. Sometimes it sounds like, you're too sensitive, you're overreacting, no one else would deal with you. And slowly, a woman starts doubting herself, her reality, her worth. This creates something called trauma bonding, where pain and love become mixed, and the woman starts believing this is what love feels like. So when she meets a healthy man who is calm, respectful, consistent, she feels nothing. Because there is no chaos, no anxiety, no emotional roller coaster. And she thinks, there is no spark. But the truth is, the spark she's used to is stress. This is how it happens, not in one moment, but slowly. She stops seeing friends, stops doing what she loves, stops being herself. She becomes smaller, quieter, more careful, until one day she realizes, I don't even know who I am anymore. But there is always a moment, a turning point. I remember a woman who said, it wasn't when he hurt me that I left. It was when I looked at myself in the mirror and didn't recognize who I had become. That's when everything changed, because awareness is powerful. When you start asking, why do I accept this? Why does this feel normal? That's where healing begins. And this is where boundaries come in. Boundaries are not about pushing people away. They are about protecting yourself. They sound like, this is not okay for me. I deserve better than this. I will not stay where I am not respected. And yes, at first it feels uncomfortable because you're choosing differently. But that discomfort is growth. Healthy love feels different. It is calm, stable, safe. You don't feel anxious. You don't feel confused. You don't question your worth. And yes, at first, it might feel unfamiliar, but that's because it's new, not because it's wrong. So if you've ever loved someone who hurt you, if you've ever stayed longer than you should, if you've ever wondered, what is wrong with me? Listen to me carefully. There is nothing wrong with you. You were just loving from a place that needed healing. But you can change that. You can build boundaries. You can choose differently. You can create a love that feels like peace, not pain. And maybe, just maybe, this is the moment you stop repeating your past and start choosing yourself.